Welcome to Spark Your Joy Encounters with Spirituality and Creativity, a monthly podcast in which I, Iva Buzhashka, will be interviewing international artists, filmmakers, musicians, sound healers, yoga teachers, wisdom teachers, creatives about their life journeys and exploration of spirituality, creativity, and everything in between. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spark Your Joy Encounters with Spirituality and Creativity. My name is Iva Buzhashka, and I'll be your host today. And today, I'm going to be also your guest. I decided to be my own guest today because I wanted to share with you something I am really excited about, something that sparks my joy recently, and also something I feel that can help you, and as it helps me navigate better the times we live in. Because these are times of transition, these are times of transformation. So maybe referring to ancient teachings actually can help us navigate these times better. And what I am really excited about, and what I want to share with you today is actually I want to talk to you with you about the ancient teachings of the Peruvian Medicine Wheel. So, as for those of you who know me, I've completed my yoga teacher training in the Sacred Valley of Peru a couple of years ago, and with an American school called School Yoga Institute, which bases its trainings on the ancient teachings of the Peruvian Medicine Wheel. So this is where I encountered these teachings. This is where I received them from my teachers, and also this is where these teachings helped me transform my life and connect more to my inner truth and start living my truth. So naturally, I decided that, not decided, but it just happened, just manifested that these teachings appeared a couple of years later, um, after a couple of years of teaching, and I decided that. I decided to integrate them into my teachings and to share these teachings with my students and my clients, and allow them to experience them and to help them transform their lives, connect to their inner wisdom, to their intuition, to their truth, and start living a life that they truly desire, the life that they truly desire. So I designed one-to-one program, which can be online but also in person, and this program is based on the ancient teachings of the Peruvian Medicine Wheel. It integrates the teachings and also integrates different practices from different traditions, different yogic traditions, that I've gathered myself throughout my experience as a yoga teacher, yoga and mindfulness teacher. I'm not going to talk about my program so much, but rather I would like to share with you more about the teachings themselves, because I think they're really, really valuable, and they would really, I mean, they personally really help me. So I hope that by sharing shortly here about these teachings, maybe that could benefit you too. So let's dive in. Um, well, I first want to say that the core of the teachings of the Earth Keepers of the Peruvian Medicine Wheel of the Andes, what these ancient teachings and practices show us is how to rewrite our stories, how to rewrite the stories we've been telling ourselves about our lives, lives and about ourselves. And the stories that had been written for us, the stories that had been written for us by our culture, by our genes, by the ancestors, by our ancestors, and how to rewrite these stories and write the true story of our life, the story that aligns with our inner truth and it is not conditioned by heritage, cultural, ancestral, and that already conditions us, create limiting beliefs, create traumas, and so on, creates our and so the shamans call that dreaming the world into being. And how can we dream the world into being? How can we dream the life we truly desire into being? By changing our perception. Changing our perception actually allow us to transform our lives and transform the wounds into gifts. And there is a very kind of easy metaphor that allows us to understand it easier. If we are at the cinema and we are looking at a film, we are looking a movie, we were watching a movie at the cinema, and we don't like the outcome of a situation in this movie, we want to change what's happening in there. But actually, we should change the projector that reflects the image from where this image is reflected on the screen in front of us. And this is the same with what these teachings actually teach us, as to go inwards and to heal ourselves, to heal our wounded selves, to let go and of our past and wounds and the stories that we've created for ourselves, about ourselves and about our lives, and heal ourselves, and then create the world outside, the outer world from within. This is why, and these teachings of the ancient medicine well, we have different perceptual levels, different levels of perception. And I will go into it in a moment, but what I really find important and really fascinating is that not only we co-create with the universe, so we create the world in a co-creation, in collaboration with the universe, but not only that, we also um, it is not only that we have the power to complete the creation of the universe, but we also, this is also our responsibility. I really find that fascinating. It is our responsibility to complete the the um, the creation of the universe. So that is what the Earth Keepers teach us. This is like the basic that we co-create. So we have the power to create our own, our true lives, right? And then from there, there are different practices that we that help us to change the way we live. And mastering these practices can help us to free ourselves from the stories that have been written for us, as I mentioned, by our genes, by our cultures. These stories that already like condition us. How can we live in life? How to live in life? How to react to the world around us? How to die even? They condition our death as well. So the Earth Keepers believe that in order to resolve a problem, we need to change the way we look at it. We need to change our perception. And once we change the perception, because we cannot resolve a problem the same way it was created, right? So we need to change our perception. And once we do it, we see this problem as an opportunity. We have these different levels of perception, and therefore, like the directions, the four directions of the world. And I will start with the east. So before I start explaining a little bit about them, I wanted to also share that these different directions, their associated directions and levels of perception, are associated with Each perceptual level is associated with an animal that represents the powers and abilities we need to acquire in order to navigate and influence this reality in that realm, the reality in that realm. And actually, the reality of that realm is actually something that really can help us, that really refers and relates to our life here on the planet. So the east, the direction of the east, we associate with the spirit of the serpent. Um, and the spirit of the serpent is, this level is actually the physical level. This is when we see reality as it is, and we don't see beyond what we see, right? Here we have 99% matter and 1% spirituality. So we have 99% matter and 1% spiritual. And in this level of perception, we actually learn how to navigate our practical life, how to take the kids to school, to pay our bills, all these practical abilities we acquire in this physical level of perception. But this also is a very, how to say, important perceptual level, because here is where we learn how to let go of the stories we tell ourselves about our lives. How can we let go of the past? How can we heal ourselves? How can we let go of traumas? And shed all layers the same way as the serpent sheds its skin, right? So this is the moment we let go in order to create space for something new to come in. And here I would like to ask you, and maybe just think about it by yourself in silence now or later. What in the past holds you back? Where the past holds you back? Where your past holds you back. Or maybe just write it down and you can always think about it later on. Um, so in this perceptual level, we let go of our stories, and only when we go out of the stories we've been telling ourselves, that is only then we can heal ourselves. And I just want to mention very fast here about these three roles we are assuming during our lives, and I find them very interesting. So these are the roles of the perpetrator, the victim, and the rescuer. And if you think about it, it's really indeed something that we assume in different situations. So just maybe observe yourself. When do you assume? When do you take one of these roles? And I'm sure that you do. I think everyone does. And just let go of these roles, and connect to the hero that you are, the hero of your own life, the hero or heroine who creates their own life, the life that they truly desire, who writes their own true life story and transforms the wounds into gifts and compassion. So after we are in the level of the serpent, we enter the perceptual level of the jaguar. This is the motherly, the emotional level, the level of the mind. So we already start seeing a little bit more, a little bit further away, further beyond the physical, further beyond what we see. We start becoming aware that we have beliefs, but we also have limiting beliefs, that we have choices and we have responsibility for our choices. And actually, on the level of the serpent, we let go of past layers that actually condition and create the limiting beliefs that hold us back, right? And this level of the jaguar, this is the south, direction of the south. We are aware that we have limiting beliefs, and we intentionally enter the underground where we encounter and we face our shadows. So we face the darkness, and only when we could integrate the darkness and bring light into the darkness, that is when we can connect to our truth, to our joy, to um, our light, to our authenticity, to our authentic gifts. So we need to overcome our fears. And in the level of the jaguar, we we encounter our shadows, our wounded selves, in order to heal them, in order to integrate them, in order to make them visible and not hide them anymore. And I find very important in this perceptual level that actually here the jaguar is the archetype of a sudden change. So we suddenly can have this realization. We can break free from limiting beliefs and really change our lives. And yeah, so. This is of course the emotional level as well. So this is the level of love, intimacy, family, caring and compassion, and this is where we can break free from negative feelings or old ways of seeing the world and operating in this world that's preventing us from moving forward. And here I have another question for you, and maybe just write it down and think about it later today. What, how does your fear hold you back? And I think that each one of us knows that there are fears, and these fears hold us back. Um, so just think about it. How does your fear hold you back? Which is this fear that you need to face? Even though you don't want, I know that is that is something we all we don't really want, because it's difficult, but we have the power to face it, integrate it, and then we can live freely. Then we live without the constriction of our fears. We find freedom. um, So I would just mention quickly the level, the next perceptual level, the realm of the hummingbird, and this is already the soul and the sacred perception, the level of the hummingbird. This is the direction of the west, and here we already overcame our fears and we enter this beautiful realm of joy, and we take this epic journey. We dream, we write, and we write poetry, we listen to music, we create music, we do arts, and we take this epic mythical journey, and we take this sacred sacred journey. This is actually the level of the sacred. We meditate, we dream, as I mentioned, and we already craft the vision of our true life. So this is where we already um, feel, we already start manifesting. This is where we perceive our experience as on a soul level, as an expression of life as it is, an expression of the sacred. And talking about visions, crafting the vision, I want to also ask you, what is the vision you're crafting for your life, for yourself? What is the life that you truly desire? And just maybe close your eyes for a moment and connect to your breath. This is your center, this is your anchor. And just feel, what do you truly desire for yourself? What do you truly desire for yourself? And think of yourself just in 3 months. Where are you at? What are you doing? How are you feeling? And just feel you've already have all your desires satisfied, manifested. Feel that. And then I will let you enter the last perceptual level, the direction of the north, and that is the level of the spirit. That is the spiritual perception. That is the ability of the eagle to see the bigger picture. And once we see the bigger picture, we find what is actually our purpose, because each one of us have their purpose on the planet Earth. So when we see this bigger picture, we see the entire planet, we see that it's all connected, that we are part of the one. We are all oneness. We are all spirit. And we are all energy. And there is 99% consciousness and 1% matter in this level of the spirit. And in this level, there is no time, there is no space. We can dream the world into being before it even comes into existence and the material world. We can dream the world into being before energy acquires physical form, and we embody peace and beauty. We are spirit. Embodying peace and beauty is the doing we do in this realm. We are. We are being. We do being. um, so I will finish today's episode with a question. Imagine that you could change anything on earth. What would your world be if anything were possible? What world you will create for yourself and for all of us on this planet? And of course, I will leave you with that. And if you are interested in the ancient teachings of the medicine wheel, if you are interested to more know know more, to experience these teachings through different practices from different traditions, you're always welcome to head over my website and find more information on it's everything there, one-to-one program, dream your world into being. And of course, you can always write to me an email, WhatsApp, whatever feels good. And if you want to know how creative are you, you're also welcome to head over my website and take the quiz and see how creative are you to create your life journey, to create your own story, to create the world we live in. So I leave you with a lot of love, and I am looking forward to see you again in the next episode of Spark Your Joy, Encounters with Spirituality and Creativity next month. Thank you.